Hello and welcome back to the course on basics on aeronautical engineering. This is for the open elective students. I am Dr. Ilangovan and professor in the Department of Aerospace, SNS College of Technology. So today's class we are going to look at the different types of drag. Let's see what is a drag and then we'll go ahead. A drag in aviation is the resistance of the forward movement of the aircraft. The forward movement of the aircraft is done by the thrust. So it opposes the thrust. So the more the drag an aircraft has, the more the thrust that it is required, or the more the power that is required for it to drive the aircraft. It is the force that opposes the forward motion of an aircraft. The two main types of drag are the parasite drag and the induced drag. Parasite drag is further broken into two types, the form drag and the skin friction. Now, as the airspeed increases, the drag or the induced drag decreases and the parasite drag increases. Okay, so there is a point where the total drag is we have of both the drags put together, we have a minimum drag that is there, and that is what is important to us. What causes a drag on an aeroplane? A drag is created by air passing over the aeroplane. But the two main types of the drag are the induced and the parasite drags, and they are created differently. It is one of the four aerodynamic forces that act on a plane. This we have seen in the previous slides also, previous videos. The force that resists the movement of the air of an aircraft through the air and is produced when lift is developed is called as drag. Drag is always Drag always acts parallel to the relative wind. The parasite drag is created by anything that is moved through the air. The shape of the object, whether it's a box or a streamlined shape, means that some objects create more drag than the others. But everything makes drag as an air resists its movement. Here, the drag is shown. We have the different types of obstacle here put there, and then how over a flat plate or a sphere, and the sphere which has a fairing. Fairing is something that to reduce um, the abrupt motion of the geometry shape in geometry. We have the smoothing out of this. This is one side fairing, and here we have the both the sides fairing, and this is more an ideal way of trying to reduce the drag. The parasite drag is a drag produced due to the motion of an object through a wind. It occurs due to the air molecules. It is classified as form drag, pressure drag, skin friction drag, and interference drag. The form drag or the pressure drag is produced due to the shape of the moving object. That is why the designers, attack more the aerodynamic shape that they try to bring. It depends on the cross section of an object. An object with a larger cross section and blunt shape will have a larger form drag, whereas an object with smaller cross section will have a smaller one. Will have a lesser or a slimmer one will have a lesser form of the drag. The skin friction drag is a drag produced with the friction between the object and the fluid or the air. The rough surface will have high skin friction drag, and conversely, a smooth surface will have less friction drag. So it is all the more important that the surface of what we are trying to of the aircraft, we try to make it as smooth as possible so that the air has less friction when it passes over it. Interference drag is produced due to the interference of two or more airflows having different speeds. And this drag is produced by the interference of different aircraft parts. That is due to the mixture of airflow around the wing and the airflow around the fuselage. Okay, so as the aircraft moves, different wings, different cross section over this, that itself will try to contradict with each other, and they have an interference with each other, and that is what causes the interference drag. Profile drag is a sum of the form drag and the skin friction drag. So skin friction drag and the form drag put together is called as a profile drag. The induced drag is a byproduct of lift anytime an aerofoil or a helicopter's rotor or engine propeller makes a lift, it will also make a drag. So an induced drag is a byproduct of lift anytime by an airfoil. Lift induced drag, the direction of the lift is perpendicular to the oncoming airflow towards the aircraft. Lift induced drag, as the name suggests, is a drag produced due to the lift of the object. Wave drag is generally produced as a transonic speed which is almost equivalent to the speed of the sound, or and the supersonic speed. Supersonic speed is the speed greater than the speed of the sound. Due to high speed of airflow, shock waves are produced. Such shock waves are nothing but disturbance to the air, and this disturbance increases the drag uh, of the aircraft, and which is also known as the drag. So